Greetings, good people. What's up? What's happening? My name is Dr. Clarence, and welcome back to TV7 Live, where we get to give you all the hottest and top trending topics, broadcasting live and direct from Zimbabwe, Africa. So, what has just happened in Zimbabwe? We are seeing an empty spectacle. We're talking about an extraordinary summit day happening. Anyways, I am here to sum it up all. What happened at the SADC Extraordinary Summit? Big up to Wolfgang there watching us live. Enough respect to everybody who is watching us live right about now. To those who are watching us live, you can write your comments in the top chat or in the super chat. That's how I can see your name and give you my shout out. So what we're seeing happening here is a very disturbing. Imagine out of 15 leaders, out of 15 heads of state, that is a historic clip from Mugabe there. Now, out of the 15 leaders of SADC, only 3 would show up. If we want to even make it more technical, there is only 2 other nation leaders, presidents who attended this SADC Extraordinary Summit. Mukoma in enough respect there. What happened? And what about the Mozambique issue? Namibia election observer mission has just been launched. Is everything okay in the nation of Namibia? And the president of Namibia, Samia Suluhu, who is the leader of the Troika organ on politics, did not attend. And again, the organ Troika leaders, SADC Troika, remember there are 3 leaders. There is the incoming, outgoing, and the current. The current is Zambia's Hakainde Hichilema. Zambia would totally boycott Isina Kana, one representative. Imagine. So who attended? We see the outgoing president of Mozambique. We are talking about Philip Nyusi. We Mozambique kukunetsa kwachona aita show up. He had to show up. That is Philip Nyusi arrival there. We see him making an arrival. 3 days ago, the president of Botswana, Duma Boko, was in Zimbabwe. And today we saw him at the SADC summit. And he arrives late. Why did he arrive late? Then we also see the head of the SADC, the Botswanian secretary, Magosi, speaking on elections in the region. What does he reveal? Enough respect to everybody watching us live. Big up there to Fila Kashe Malamela. Says, keep up the hard work, Doc. Thank you very much for that positive feedback. Thank you very much. Enough respect to Zweli Lengwenya. Enough respect there. Zweli Lengwenya is watching us live right about now. Right there. Now, that's the president of Madagascar there. His arrival. Enough respect to Tinashe. Mufandazia says, Ngawambo Mira very soon to apinda hard. True that. Enough respect to Hubert for Roma. Says excellent analysis, Doc. Thank you very much for that positive feedback. Now we're seeing the president of Madagascar. This guy is rarely known. Is rarely known. So him in attendance doesn't really make much impact. It's not so much impact. Then we see the president of Zambia representing the president of Tanzania.
That has to be the Republic of Tanzania, and that would be the president, of course, of the territory of Zanzibar. Of course, he is now disembarking, and of course, it's been steering his arrival at this particular meeting would be very, very important because Tanzania is a steering issue, is steering the troika organ of the SADC bloc, and of course the president of Zanzibar is here representing the president of Tanzania, His Excellency, of course, Hassan Suluhu, of course, who could not be here, but she's well represented by the president of Zanzibar, here now received by the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Amon Mulia, of course, to be a part and parcel of the proceedings. His attendance at this particular extraordinary summit is very, very important as Troika is that organ.
So right there we're seeing the president of Zanzibar arriving there to represent Sam Sihulu, Samia Sihulu. That is the president of Zanzibar. Okay, it's another president, but Zanzibar, what is it? Zanzibar is a territory inside of Tanzania. Remember, at a certain time in history, I think it's 1964, there were two lands, Zanzibar and Tanganyika. They would sign an agreement to form the United Republic of Tanzania. Right? So, Zanzibar and Tanganyika, sikaona badanza the later turn from Tanganyika na Zan from Zanzibar. So it's Tanzan. Here, it's like a nation, Tanzania, just like Zambia. Tanzania from kubadanza Tanganyika and Zanzibar. Tanganyika, Zanzibar. So it's Tanzania. That's where we get the nation of Tanzania. So the territory of Zanzibar in a president, why? But it's under Zambia. The president of Zambia is the overall leader. Then if we look at Zanzibar, even flag here Zanzibar, if flag here Tanzania, yo yakango remix kwa mbijana. This is the flag of Zanzibar there. So it was the one who was representing Samia Sihulu. The last time I heard about Samia Sihulu, she had went to Brazil for the G20 summit. Zambia, there is no representation. All right, we're going to go over to Magosi to see what he was saying. But before we go there, we're just going to hold on a little bit. So we see Duma Boko again is in attendance. Enough respect to everybody who is watching us live right about now. Then we're seeing some pictures imaging the situation in Mozambique. We are seeing videos. Mozambique is still on fire. They've called for protester demonstrating vanhu vakauraiwa from a protest. So we see them, they are wearing black there on the video showing on the screen. Imagine the organization here, the people of Mozambique, one organization black vest. Now that is a very powerful day. Powerful statement there from Tafadzwa Mugugu says kuvamwe varegererei kuya asi pane masadhaki maviri here. Only 3 or 4 out of, if in fact 2 foot out of 15 would come attend. We're talking of less than half is 7.5 or of 15. And as pane masadhaki maviri here, that alone, you know that the majority, they just didn't send him as representative, but they are sharing a common thought, a common pattern of thinking here. That is what this really means. Actually, this is exactly what it means. Now we see this. Is it? Do we call it a program or what? This document here showing Mnangagwa attended the leaders who attended arrival and departure schedule for the heads of state. Panofanonge paine the nation of Zambia. It is empty there. There is nobody mentioned there. Let me just put it on the screen there. So other countries are there, but there is no Zambia. Arrival and departure of the head of state: Namibia, Malawi, Comoros, Lesotho, Tanzania, Angola. Right? Angola is to be announced. Then we see Honorable Samuel Mushelenga, Minister of Foreign Affairs representing the Republic of Namibia. Honorable Ngawanda, Ambassador in one, Honorable in another. Ambassador of the Comoran in Gatunguru, Zimbabwe. These guys are after some to my ambassador chat. My honorable ministers, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini, Swaziland, and Shika Foot, Angola, Philip Nyusi, the President Awia from Mozambique. Then Honorable Paul Sipokosa Mashatile also arrived. So on this document here, we can see this. For Zambia, it's TBA. Zambia would snub. Zambia does boycott this SADC summit. Mauritius, TBA. Right? Mozambique to be announced, but Philip Nyusi would be coming. When these guys do come, right? Then South Africa aina kuzounza uzwa minister zviri nani opakuti yaunza a deputy president. That is what South Africa did do there. What's the name of the South African president again? I'm forgetting the name of the South African president, but South Africa is represented by the deputy. Mozambique is represented by the outgoing president here, Philip Nyusi. We are seeing him in an image with President Mnangagwa from the recent SADC summit. Yichilema snubs, boycotts, no representative, or maybe representatives would come on. South Africa Vice President.
The hospitality and support that we have.
Not this one. This one is Elijah Magosi. What's the name of the South African Vice President? I'm forgetting the name of the South African Vice President, but the South African Paul Mashatile. Yes, Mr. Mashatile. We see him being received there by Zimbabwe Minister of Finance Mutuli Nube and Zambia. This might be an old picture. There are publications confirming the boycott by Zambia. Then, of course, Duma Boko, we first see him in his plane arriving here. Then we see him now entering the vicinity of the Zimbabwe Parliament building to attend the SADC summit. Now, on the issue of Mozambique, what did these guys do? What did they say? Is there any talk about Mozambique, the happenings in the nation of Mozambique at this SADC Extra Odd Summit? The SADC Extra Odd Summit that just did not happen, or that happened, but it seems like it didn't happen because of the poor attendance that we are seeing there. On the nation of Mozambique, we are seeing this clip showing on the screen that is from today. Right? They don't talk about it inside the SADC, but you see SADC Zimbabwe ambassador to Mozambique. Of course, we're talking about Matema Danda. Matema Danda would briefly speak on the issue of Mozambique. We're seeing those are other scenes from today again. The nation of Mozambique.
To mean that our people know the dangers of infringing other.
All right, I'm just going to pause it a little bit. All right, in the nation of Mozambique, they don't speak of Mozambique inside the SADC summit. They don't address anything to do with the nation of Mozambique. But we see the ambassador of Zimbabwe to Mozambique, we're talking about Matema Danda, speaking on it. Anyways, from these clips we are seeing from Mozambique, those demonstrations, they are wearing black and they are mourning those who perished during the protests. Remember, there's news that protests in the nation of Mozambique were banned. Then what does Mr. Matema Danda say on this?
To mean that our people know the dangers of infringing other constitutions.
So that we know that yes, here they are on a queue, a legitimate queue. Where does the big Masanga is one So are you suggesting that those videos? I don't suggest, I'm telling you that those videos are fake. Because how do you get a person from Planty, that one from Rewa, that one from Manikale, that one from Chidoi, being grouped together in a bush? If you are not, you have not been organized by someone, we are old enough to know those lies. It's not the first time that people have not tried to show dramatizing on that change the trouble and so on. And we obviously know, we have information that this is being done by some art people that are in South Africa. What could be the motive? The motive has always been stupid. Because they think that Democrats.
All right, here they're suggesting that this is being done by people who are in South Africa. We're talking of clips are in evidence here, Mozambique, right? Of course, the clips they are not conclusive. They are questionable. Now, an interesting fact we are hearing from Matema Danda here, saying by some people who are in South Africa. Which people is he talking about? Remember, there are many non-governmental organizations and military activism in Zimbabwe, and there are some of them who are involved in every protest that happen in Zimbabwe or in every event that happen in Zimbabwe. Of course, that is what they should be doing, because that is exactly what it is. So there is no address of the Mozambique. In fact, the video we did do yesterday, we see what do the guys from SADC do. Guys from SADC would actually congratulate. They actually did do congratulate Mozambique on the elections. Imagine, they congratulate Mozambique, they congratulate also Botswana. That is one thing that we hear from the nation of Mozambique. Yesterday we had seen videos of people from the nation of Mozambique throwing back tear gas to the police. Imagine the level this has reached. It seems the people from the nation of Mozambique are not moving back, and the situation that has happened would make us reminisce of this Mugabe video once again.
We know that we are in SADC voluntarily. If SADC decides to do stupid things, we can move out and withdraw from SADC. Let it be known.
All right, then we're gonna watch President Emmerson Mnangagwa. What did he talk about there? We're gonna play that video and I'm gonna sign out. Then we will upload the Magosi. As soon as I finish this video, we will upload the video on Elias Magosi talking on the issue Yema elections.
Your Excellencies, as a region, we must boldly continue to work together to ensure that the people of the DRC are able to enjoy peace and
All right, he talks about security and humanitarian issues. Of course, he will be advocating for peace, right? But on that note again, the situation in the nation of Mozambique, don't the people of Mozambique also deserve peace? Would that be the excuse that is given by these guys in not dealing with the Mozambique issue? So we know these guys, the issues they talk about, they would know of them before the SADC summit, because we saw Mozambique is mentioned. Panamangma announcement by the summit from the 16th, but we will see it happening for only one day, right? Then we see Mozambique in a CC proper agenda. Then come to now where we are right now. We see my leaders, a SADC, have snubbed the thing, and the attendance is poor. So here he's talking about security.
are internally displaced, with civilians, women and children being most affected by the conflict. We have a duty to strengthen our resolve and chart a way forward that will see us win this fight for peace and the rights of the people of Eastern DRC to a good life.
Take note, peace and a good life.
Well-being, development, justice, as well as strong institutions in their country. founding fathers, let us stand resolutely against common challenges. The people of the DRC deserve peace, they deserve security, they deserve development and prosperity for their country. Our region should never settle for anything less for any of our countries. We need peace.
Take note. Do you hear that statement? I'm just going to rewind it. Take note the change of tone. When he talks of peace, what does he say about the region? He says our region should never what? Settle for anything less. And he emphasizes
Of a peaceful, integrated, industrialized, and prosperous society. Together in unity and honor of the legacy of our founding fathers.
and I'm Kwame Nkrumah and Samora Machel. Those guys, imagine SADC Yangaina and Nelson Mandela those days.
Let us stand resolutely against common challenges. The people of the DRC deserve peace, they deserve security, they deserve development and prosperity for their country. Our region should never settle for anything less for any of our countries.
Our region should never settle for anything less for any of our countries.
We need peace in our region.
Then he concludes, we need peace in our region. So that alone again is suggesting that what is happening in the nation of Mozambique is not peace. That is why he would emphasize that. But what's happening in the nation of DRC is not an issue of a disputed election, but in DRC it is actually about terrorists. Anyways, that was it for now. With that, I'm gonna sign out. Enough respect to everybody who was watching us live. Big up everybody who was watching us live. Mr. Wolfgang, Mukoma Ino, Palakashe Malamela, Zweli Lengwenya, Tinashe Mufanda Ziba, Wilbert Foroma Heavy K, Tafara Mugugu, they watching us live. Tafara Mugugu, a big up there. Enough respect to We Shall Overcome, says Zambia, true heroes of SADC. And he goes on to say, well done, Mozambique, Africa, a luta continua. Well done, Mozambique, a luta continua. Victory is certain. Victory is certain. Enough respect to Wilbert Foroma, who says, when it comes to our results, the Minister of Education always says that's the great achievement. That's a great achievement and not a failure. Right. Then we see Fred Makuvise. Enough respect there. Thank you very much for your comment there. What is happening? What is your problem? What is your problem? In our lives, what we need, the things that we go in, we go through, we need Jesus in our lives. We need Jesus. You can be very irritable because you may be going through stress, right? Because you just write rubbish, etc. You don't write any. I don't think you are a troll. You are not a troll. You are somebody who is going through somewhere, right? So whatever we are going through, whatever the problem, we need Jesus, so we can know how to behave. This is a positive platform, right? We talk positive. As we don't talk against corruption, right? We are not so-called critics. A lot of people do not actually know the meaning of the word critique, right? We are not that. We are about building and learning. That is what TV7 Live focuses on. We don't focus on controversy and etc. So enough respect to Fred Makubise. Whatever you're going through, Jesus is the answer, and may he see you through. With that, I'm gonna sign out. Thank you to everybody who was watching us live, and may God bless you. Dr. Clarence, TV7 Live Africa.